Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly Tuesday night classes. Every week at 8 o'clock, we share some really great information with you and change it up. I'm sorry, I got distracted because I saw someone laughing over here on my screen. Real life. I love these girls. My name is Kathy McGhin, and tonight I want to share with you about an oily home makeover. But just just a quick story about me and how I got started with essential oils. So I got started about 5+ years ago, and I owned a boutique and a coffee shop. I was extremely exhausted, and I had broken my foot. And y'all, I was working like 65, 70 hours a week. And it was giving me such a fit. And my doctor was like, you're going to have surgery on this foot. And my friend Stephanie brought me like 3 little oils. And here's the thing, we fear what we don't understand or know, right? So what did I do? Because I didn't know anything about them, I didn't understand how they work. I just put them to the side, and I didn't want to even think about learning how to use them. So you fast forward a few weeks, and my foot was swollen and throbbing, and I was laying there in the bed. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was crying. It was really bad. And so I looked over at those essential oils that were sitting on my dresser, and I thought, what do you have to lose, right? So I got up and I got those essential oils and I rubbed them on my foot, and before I could even get back into the bed, that throb had started to calm down. And so I'm telling you this story because in that moment, I thought, first of all, when I get up tomorrow morning, I will be ordering these. And then the second thing that I thought was, I will spend every extra moment that I have to learn everything about these oils, how they work, the lifestyle, and everything that goes with it, because I want to know the science behind it. And so that's what I have done. And I'm telling you this because I want you to listen to this class and some of the information that we have with an open mind. So if you haven't jumped on this journey, I want you to learn a little bit of why it's so important, and just know that it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be expensive to get started. And we're so excited to have you here. All right, so let's, screen is frozen. Hang on, guys, for some reason. All right, there we go. It does it every week. All right, so welcome to the Oily Home Makeover. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is how you can transition your entire home into a chemical-free home. Our home should be a place where we feel safe. And it is our safe haven when we come home at the end of the day, right? And when we bring products into our home, it should not threaten the safety of our family, our friends, but unfortunately and sadly, some of them do, because of the ingredients that are in our everyday products that we don't even think about. We've always bought them. Grandma and mama use them. And if you can go down to the department store, the grocery store, or whatever, and you can buy them off the shelf, they should be okay, right? They should be healthy and safe for you to use in your home. And that's just not the case. So tonight I want to share with you some things that I've learned along the way, so that hopefully if you decide to take this journey with us, together we can create a happy, healthier home. So why does it matter? Why is it so important? It's important because almost all of the products, and we're going to go room by room and show you where these are, because if we don't know or we don't think about it, we don't understand it. And when we bring attention to it, then we can, from that point on, say, you know what? I learned how to read labels, and I'm learning that everything that is in our home may not necessarily be good for us, but we do have options. Second to falls in your home, poisoning in the home is the leading cause of fatalities in our homes. It's just the reality. I know when my kids were younger and you had cleaners and harsh cleaners, we panic a little bit to make sure that they don't get into anything, and they don't put something in their mouth, and they don't put it on their skin, or to be cautious when you use a bath cleaner, when you have to open up the windows and the doors and the fans and everything to use it, right? And so We know that they're not good for us, but we use it anyway. But many of those products that we're using in our home contain carcinogen, endocrine disrupting chemicals, really bad stuff, synthetic additives, fragrances. All of these things are really, really bad. And what that means is that it increases over time cancer, reproductive issues, hormone disruptors, lowers your immune system, wrecks our nervous system. And here's the thing, guys, I used to have migraines all the time. And in the last 5 years, might get a headache, but it's more than likely because I come across something. Because once you kind of get this out of your house, when you go down the Walmart aisle where there's cleaners, your head will immediately start to hurt because your body is saying you're not used to that anymore. You've completely kind of detoxed your body. It's not healthy for you. So it definitely matters, because if you've ever been in a class in person with me, you've probably heard me say, if we had clear little cylinders on our tummy and you could see the little toxin bar raise up over time, it doesn't mean that burning one candle is going to cause all these issues. But it's the fact that in every room of our house, we're using products that have a lot of the same ingredients with the same kind of harsh chemical toxic overload. And over time, that definitely wreaks havoc on our bodies. Now, for me, why did I choose Young Living? And a lot of these ladies here choose Young Living. Well, first of all, they have well over 500 products. That's number one. Number two, when I did my research on really diving in, it was the only company to stand behind the products with their seed to seal quality commitment. That is huge. So that means that they have a high standard of commitment, and every farm has to abide by that. That means zero pesticides. Their distillation process, they do not use any solvents or any chemicals. Their oils are carefully reviewed at every step of production. And if those oils do not meet the high standard of Young Living, they are not bottled and sold. It never reaches your door. I think that's pretty incredible, and it says a lot to the commitment of Young Living. What they do with that oil, though, is they take it and they utilize it in their farming and use it for their pesticide, as their weed control, and as their pesticide control. So I think that's pretty incredible and amazing. All right, so let's start with the living room. And most people would say, well, what in the world could be harmful in your living room? There's a lot there. I know it's the one of two places. When I have my family and friends over, we're going to hang out in two places if we're inside my house, and that is the living room and the kitchen. I absolutely love it. But in that, I absolutely love for my house to smell amazing. So just like all of you, years ago, I loved all the candles burning, fabric sprays, air fresheners, plug-ins, you name it. I had it in my house because we want our house to smell amazing. The problem with that is all of that synthetic fragrances, all of those products have some very hard chemicals in it. And especially with synthetic fragrances, they emit volatile organic compounds, VOCs. Those are very dangerous. So they're up in the air, it emits it in the air, and then we breathe it in. And from that, it causes eye irritation, breathing difficulties, damage to our central nervous system, allergies, asthma, migraines, you name it. It has a whole lot of bad consequences when we breathe in all this stuff. But you know what? Advertising companies put it in there because, especially for us women, for some men, they put it in there because why? We are drawn to something that smells good. We like for something to smell really great. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that we need to choose an option that doesn't have all those harsh chemicals in there. And fortunately for us, we have an option with Young Living. So instead of using a Carpet Fresh, an oil plug-in, or whatever, you can do this simply by getting one little diffuser. You can get a spray bottle and one bottle of essential oil. Some of my favorites for in the house and the diffuser is lemon or lemongrass. Those are really great. And you're all set. You can change all of that by just that replacing those. Your diffusing purifies the air. So when those fragrances are in there, they're masking the smell. They're not doing anything but masking and making it perfumey. But when you use a Young Living essential oil, it's actually purifying your air. It's not masking it, it's actually purifying the air. And their diffusers are cool mist ultrasonic diffusers. So those oils are protected from heat and retain the incredible properties and supports our brain and lungs. I'll tell you that when we did a remodel on our house over the summer and we had contractors coming in and out of our house, I always had all of the diffusers going. And I'm telling you, those contractors love coming in here. And they would even ask me, what are you diffusing? Your house smells amazing. It doesn't just, if you've ever used an air freshener from before, it's just like in the moment, but it fades out because it's an artificial fragrance. But when you diffuse your home, and say you run to the grocery store or run back and you come back into your home, you walk in and your house just smells amazing. And that is incredible that it's still there and it's purifying. And there's a lot of benefits to that as well. It makes us emotionally feel better. It makes us, our respiratory feel better. It supports us in a lot of ways. So here are a couple of recipes that I love to use in the diffusers in the home in the main part of the house. Citrus Fresh is always really good. Any of your citrus oils are great for freshening your house. Peppermint Thieves. Thieves is really great for supporting our immune system right now. Tangerine, tea tree, lemon, all of those are really good. So these are just a couple of recipes that you could get started if you're one that you really want your house to smell really good and fresh. All right, so off to the kitchen. I could really go in depth here on the kitchen. I could talk about, you do need a veggie wash. These has a veggie wash where we clean our fruits and vegetables and all of the vitality oils that you need in your kitchen that you can cook and eat with your favorite recipes. But I really wanted to focus in on a couple of things here. And the main one is your cleaners. When you are cleaning in your kitchen and you're using your dish detergent, those products have sodium lauryl sulfate. They have a synthetic fragrance again. They have the triclosan. Here's the thing about the triclosan. You're going to hear me talk about these same product chemical additives a lot because here's the thing. In almost every part of your house, these are added to those products. And when you're using them all day, every day, because for us women, we put about 500 chemicals on our body each and every day. That's just a fact. And 300 of those are before we've ever walked out of the house. We are using it in our makeup, our skincare, we're putting lotion on, we're cleaning, we're washing our hands, soaps, shampoos, conditioners, you name it. So the triclosan was recently banned from antiseptic wipes and antiseptic washes. That they banned it from those. But here's the thing. It remains in your shampoos. It remains in deodorants. It remains in your makeup. It remains in your toothpaste. Google it. It is in your toothpaste. And the really thing about the triclosan is it lowers sperm count. It has reproduction imbalances. It causes endocrine disruption, migraines, allergies, skin rashes, respiratory issues, all of these things. And, sometimes people think, I'm not sure what's going on with me. I don't sleep at night, or I've been having all these headaches, where literally if they take some of these, start room by room without getting overwhelmed and take some of these out of their home and replace it with clean plant-based products, you will have solved your problem right there. It's amazing how by just changing up, transitioning your home, how much better you're going to feel. Now, if you're using harsh chemicals, I am urging you, begging you really, to take a look and swap it out for something that is good. Our plant-based cleaner is a thieves cleaner. It's a concentrate. It replaces every cleaner in your house. And literally, you guys, you can't get any more affordable than this. You throw it out, it's like $23.50 for a concentrated bottle. You put 1 capful in a glass spray bottle, And that does all of your general cleaning. Or if you need hard cleaning, put a little bit more. For grout cleaning, I use it with peroxide and a little bit of baking soda and my thieves cleaner. I kid you not. At the other house before we moved, in one of the back bedrooms, I had carpet back there, and I got black ink on the carpet. And literally by just using my thieves cleaner straight and dabbing it on there, I was able to get all of that ink out of the carpet. So not only is it good for you and healthy for you, a healthy option, but it works. It works amazing, and it's affordable. It's very affordable. All right. So the laundry room is where I want to go next, because if you change out your cleaners and you change out the laundry room, you are 3/4 there. You have just changed and took a ton of toxins out of your home, and you will not believe how much better you're going to feel. And the reason why I really want to focus on the laundry room is because I want to share something with you. Your dryer sheets are probably one of the most toxic things in your home. That's a fact. They have more carcinogenic causing agents in it. I can speak from the heart. I loved a dryer sheet. I loved anything that had a good smell. I use them all the time. So I'm talking to you knowing and understanding where you're at if you're using them. I was right there with you, but they're so toxic. And when we breathe this stuff in, I want y'all to remember that with our laundry detergent, the dryer sheets, that is with us 24/7. We're wearing our clothes. Our skin is our largest organ. You're wearing it and you're laying on your bed linen, so it never gets a break. So it's always absorbed into your body and you're breathing this stuff in. And so even though dryer sheets have had a ton of exposure for how they are linked to all kinds of cancer, they are still legally sold on every shelf. It just blows my mind, but they're still available. But here's what I want you to know. With just a little bit of money, our Thieves laundry detergent, and if you don't want to start with this, we have some cleaner, just some basic recipes so you can put it together. But hey, this is just easy for me. The Thieves cleaner is a concentrate. It's 32 ounces of concentrate. On the bottle, you can get 64 loads minimum. But here's the thing. The reality is that you can divide this into 3 bottles, add a little bit of your Thieves cleaner, a little bit of squirt of our Thieves dish detergent, and you've just made 3 bottles, and it's so concentrated, it doesn't need but a couple of pumps. And you have actually made that go longer than going to the store and buying the other brand. And you can feel good about yourself. And here's the other story I want to tell you. This is a true testimony. I saw a customer, a friend of mine that I helped to get started on this journey, and she was pretty good about transitioning through her house. We had walked through all this. She'd been oiling for a while. She used oils regularly, but she still was not having regular monthly cycles. She had started using Progessence Plus. She did all the things. It was better, but it just wasn't quite there. And so we were talking about it one time, and we were going through all the things. And I asked her, I said, okay, so where are we in the laundry room? And she doesn't do the dryer sheets, but she said, but I do still use my favorite laundry detergent. And I said, if you can do it, just try it. And so it was a couple of months later that we had an opportunity to go to dinner together. And that moment, she says, guess what? I changed my laundry detergent, and I have been on time and regulated every single time. This was like 3 months later. So this is just a true testimony of someone. It does make a difference, guys. It does make a difference. So I use a dryer wool ball. They're very cheap. You can get them from Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. I buy them by the bags. You can get a little bit of lemongrass and put a few drops on there. You don't need those dryer sheets, and it will make your clothes smell absolutely amazing. Get you some laundry detergent. You're going to be able to create 3 loads of that, and it's going to last you months. And when you get this pennies on the dollar, I promise you, you're saving money, and you're using something that is so much better, not only for you, but your kids and your family. It's just incredible how much better you will start to feel. All right. So I thought I would put this on here in case you want to take a little screenshot. This is my laundry scent booster. I love this stuff. It's just 1.5 of Epsom salt, a half of baking soda, and 20 to 30 drops of your favorite oil. I keep it in a glass jar in my laundry room, and I just scoop it out and give a little extra booster. So take a screenshot of it. It works incredible. All right. So next up is our bathroom. I don't want to scare you because I'm going to share with you how you can pretty much get started. As you can see, most everything that Young Living has is so concentrated, y'all. And so even if you think, well, I'm paying XYZ for this laundry detergent and I'm going to pay $30. I've got the prices here in just a minute for the concentrate. But you just split this into 3 bottles and literally a couple of pumps is going to do it. So when you actually divide this out, or your cleaner, you're not buying 6 or 7 cleaners. You have one that's $23.50 for a concentrated bottle. So it's less than $2 to get per use for your cleaner. You cannot get any better than that, and it's good for you. It actually has ingredients that help support your body and your immune system instead of tearing it down. Now in our bathroom, we're loaded up in there, guys. We're loaded up. It's our shampoos, our conditioners, our soaps, our body wash, skincare, makeup, hairspray, all the things. And all of those products have formaldehyde, phthalate, sodium lauryl sulfate. Sodium lauryl sulfate, I'm going to say that one a lot because it is a bad, bad, icky something. Okay. And that is what lathers, and we just love something with a good bubbly lathering up in our products, and it's not good for you. And we have to think that when we're in the bathroom, we're taking showers, we're taking baths, and your largest organ is now got your pores wide open. So when we're not in the shower opening up our pores, it's always going to absorb in, but now our pores are opened up and it is just soaking all this stuff in. So we want to swap that out to products that are not as harmful. And over time, I promise you, you will start to feel better. You will start to feel better and you will notice a difference. So I just put a little bit together so you could see safe alternatives here that Young Living has in all the things that we've talked about so far. Your cleaner's $23.50. That's going to last you 4 months or longer. Deodorant's $13.25. But trust me, coming from someone that lost her mom at a very young age to breast cancer, my husband's sister, which was told it was from the aluminum and gunk in her deodorant, and from somebody that has already had a history with that, pay the few dollars extra and get the good stuff with the clean ingredients. I promise you, it is so much healthier for you. Toothpaste, skincare, that's $117, but that's for the trio set. That is not one product. I paid more than that at department stores, and it's clean. And on top of that, your skin will love you because in about 3 months, you're going to be like, wow, it's never looked any better. Soaps, shampoo, conditioners, but I'm just wanted to show you that we have the solution to all of these products, so it doesn't have to be overwhelming at all. All right. So in the bedroom, I couldn't help but do this. So in the bedroom, we know we're going to get a good night's sleep when we run that diffuser. Cedarwood, lavender, peace and calming. Dream Catcher is one of my favorites, one of my husband's favorite. Sleepy Eyes, Gentle Babies. But here's the thing. There's an oil for that. Lisa Lazat and I, for many years, has always done, usually in February, a very fun class that says there's an oil for that. And I'm here to tell you, girls and guys, if you ever watch, there's an oil for that. And y'all can thank me later for these little nuggets. So you definitely want to have ylang ylang. You definitely want to have goldenrod, clary sage, geranium, shutron, and have some fun with it because there are oils. So I want y'all to see that oils are not just for cleaning and smell good, but there is science behind why they're so good, and FYI, they work. Okay. So now we're going to hop over to our Thieves bundle. I wanted to share this because everything that I've just about talked about in tonight is right here in this little bundle. I just looked at it yesterday. It's usually $125. Right now, the discounted price is $95. So you get toothpaste, you get 2 of your concentrated cleaners. So that's going to last you almost 8 months or so. You're going to get 15 ml of the Thieves essential oils. You're going to get 2 Thieves spray. I throw them in my handbag. They're in the car. If I go out to the grocery store, I'm spraying my hands. I'm spraying my cart, you name it. 2 Thieves waterless hand sanitizers. And guys, if you are not using a clean sanitizer, you need to get a good sanitizer. Look that stuff up. When sanitizers became such a thing in the last couple of years, a lot of people were getting sick from using some bad toxic sanitizers all day long. So get you a good clean sanitizer. And Thieves mouthwash comes in this bundle. And a little kick in the pants on the Thieves mouthwash. I'm just going to share this because I just learned it. I had a friend tell me that she used Thieves mouthwash for her eczema on her face, and it worked. I was like, what? So this stuff is great for all kinds of things. It's good for you. It is good for you. You will not be disappointed. So you can spend about $100 and almost get your house completely flipped over. That is very affordable. You can add the laundry detergent, buy an extra lemongrass, all the things in a wool dryer ball, and you are going to be set. So now's the best time to get started. It's never been a better time to get started with Young Living. I want you to unlock your 24% savings though. How do you do that? You do that by placing a minimum of $100, that bundle that I talked about, and add you some lemongrass, add you, the Thieves laundry detergent, or you can add the Thieves dish detergent to it, get it to $150, and you've just swapped pretty much your whole house. The shampoos, conditioners, make you a wish list. If you get on subscribe and save, you can use those points. And within 6 months, you will be completely set. And here's the thing. One toxin out of your home replaced with a Young Living clean product, you are one step closer to feeling better. It's baby steps. Don't have to feel overwhelmed. But if you do the bundle or just get the Thieves products in, you are 3/4 of the way there. And I promise you that will be enough for you to tell a difference. Place one item on subscribe and save. It could be your Thieves cleaner, and you can change it. And you can pick the rotation. So that's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever you want it to be. And you can change it. If you get started with your Thieves cleaner in 2 months or 3 months, and it's time to order again, you don't have to buy the Thieves cleaner again if you still have plenty of Thieves cleaner. You can buy the Thieves laundry detergent. You can buy an oil. You can get whatever you want on your subscribe and save. And when you spend $50 or more on your subscribe and save, you're going to get rewards points back to go towards free stuff. That's how I really literally stocked up on all my stuff in the beginning. And the last thing, but definitely not least, I want to mention being a brand partner. If you are someone that you start using the essential oils and the products and you're like, you know what, I think I want to do that. I think that I have a passion for sharing with others, because here's the thing, guys. I share with other people because it works for me. And I want them to know that what they're using is not so healthy. If they don't want to take that information and change it, that's okay. But at least I've told them. We don't know how to be better and do better until somebody tells us, right? So we invite you to come along, be a part of our community. And every Tuesday night, we have these classes. If someone invited you to this class, please reach out to them. Tell them you're ready to get started. They will personalize an order with you and help get you set up. And I promise you, you can do it on a dime, and you'll be so glad you did. All right, guys, that's all I got tonight, and we will see y'all next week.